Hi and welcome back to my channel. Now this time I'm doing an unboxing of this deck that's recently come out, Oracle of the Witch by, I hope I'm saying the names right, Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meiklejohn-Free. Reclaim Your Birthright. Welcome back to my regular subscribers, and anyone new, welcome. Let's have a look at this. Hopefully the phone's not going to cut out this time. It did with my last unboxing just before, and it was heartbreaking because it often cuts out at a shorter amount of time, and then I do a different video and then it goes for longer for some reason and doesn't cut out. I don't know what's going on with it because I don't do anything new with the phone. It's just got its own way of whatever it's doing, and yeah, me and my phone camera don't get along too well most of the time. Anyway, enough with my whinging. Anyway, so I've been really excited about this. I've got a few of their decks with these two creators, Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meiklejohn-Free. I've got a few of their witchy decks and really love them. So this is the newest one as far as I know. So let's get into it before this phone camera decides to cut out on me again. Anyway, so I'm going to read off camera because I can't see a thing through my actual phone camera. So it says here, it's time for all witches to reawaken to the magic of the old ways. Oracle of the Witch has been created to empower all those who wish to explore the ancient path of the wise. It is packed with wisdom and guidance, and it can also be used as a teaching tool, for both seasoned witches and dabblers. Each card has a magical message and witch tips, and you will learn how to understand both the shadow and light side of the messages. Oh, so it might have reversals. A magical incantation is also supplied to enable you to draw from and connect with the ancient wisdom of yesteryear. Discover how to harness your personal power as you forge together the mystical forces of nature in conjunction with ancient wisdom, magic, and ritual. And now, even though it's witchy and so on, this is also for guys, bring out your inner witch. It's, why not? Now, the box feels like a matte finish. Okay, well, that's just about an app. Throw that over there somewhere. Yeah, so we'll have a look at the cards in a minute. Ooh, red gilding. Yay, I love gilding. Yeah, we'll have a closer look at them in a minute. And I'll have, actually, I'll pull the tab off. Yeah, it's good too because it's easy to come off. It's not restrictive because some of them, it's a real struggle to try and pull the tab off, and I've seen how some people rip at them, and I sort of think, oh, if you rip at it, it's probably going to damage the cards. So I'm a little too scared to do it that way. Anyway, ooh, it's quite a thick guidebook. Okay, so we've got table of contents, 44 cards, obviously. How long does the introduction go? Hail and welcome, seeker of the craft. And it said before, whether you're seasoned or just dabbling. And like I said, men and women can work with this. It's not just a woman's thing. It is not by chance you have been drawn to Oracle of the Witch, as from the moment you first stepped onto the ancient pathway of the witch, you have been searching for the truth of your ancient birthright and lineage. There have been many questions you have wished to ask of a wise one, but the answers have evaded you until now. Yay. Who was the oracle? The oracle was one of the firstborn and was the divine connection between heaven and earth. seated from those who came down to earth, the fallen angels or wardens, being of light, who bestowed upon the first oracle knowledge about sorcery, spells, magical arts, and heavenly secrets, and so on, because I don't want to get too far into it because I got cut off with my last one. It's heartbreaking because it got cut off at probably a pivotal time when it shouldn't have cut off. So yeah, I don't want it happening again. Reclaiming your birthright. Yeah, see, there's a bit to that. So invocation to the oracle. How to use the cards. One card spread, the oracle speaks. Two card spread, representations. I don't know if that's too far away. You probably can't see a thing. Because I can't read it through the phone, I kind of tend to get sort of zoned out and read it off camera and forget that I'm not actually showing you guys. So sorry about that. 3 card spread, the sacred temple. We've got pictures now. 4 card spread, representations. Pentagram spread, Council of Witches. That sounds interesting. Card 1, the present. Card 2, earth, air. Card 3, fire. Card 4, water. Card 5 and spirit. Card 6, that makes sense. And then card collection. I like how it's Diana is the first card. Wow. So it goes into the card meanings. Now it did say about the shadow. Yeah, light side unveiled, shadow side unveiled. Right, so it does have reversals. If it happens to, when I'm shuffling at the end here to get some cards for us, if it does happen to fling around, then I'll read the shadow side of it, but otherwise I'll just do it upright. Incantation to Diana, the witchery of the card. Diana being the first card. Okay, so then we move. This is still cards. 44. Okay, about the authors. High Priestess Flavia, Kate, and Barbara, who are known as the celebrity witches, have authored more than 10 oracle decks. Yeah, because I've got a few of them. I'm not sure if I've got all 10, but I've got a few of them. They are teachers of natural and ancient magic who initiate others through the rites of passage of wisecraft. And a formidable team. They work extensively around the world to awaken others to the magic of the old ways, and are keynote speakers at Witchfest International and regular presenters on the Mind, Body, Spirit and Pagan circuits. They are considered to be the UK's favourite wise women. Right, so Barbara, Meiklejohn, Flavia, Kate Peters, so that's their Facebook. Then it says about Flavia, Kate Peters, and then Barbara, Meiklejohn-Free. And these are the women there. Okay, about the illustrator, Myra Nurdiani runs Melancholy Memento, which is inspired by femininity, loves melancholia and witchcraft. Okay. Well, as I said, it's still not just a thing that women can do. In fact, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine, and we can often, some of us can often be more in one side than another. Like a woman can be displaying divine masculinity by being active with things or overactive. And sometimes a man can be nurturing and you know, it's not necessarily a weakness to be nurturing. Even though you're a male, you still can nurture a group that you might be in charge of or something like that. That's still bringing the divine feminine out. I don't know if I'm making sense. Hopefully I am getting the point across that basically we've got each of the energies in us no matter what our gender. Okay, the cardstock on the thin side, it's bendy. Usually I find with their decks, they're quite easy to shuffle usually. So anyway, let's get going with these. And we've got Diana, like I was looking in the book earlier. So they're all going to have the red to them, which I like, the red and black. And this one's Diana, and it says wisdom. They're a little sort of papery, I guess, but yeah. And this is Hecate, or Hecate, I'm not sure how it's properly said. This says underworld. Aradia. Magic. Oracle. Knowledge. Midwife. Birth. It's got the word it's in red, but it's in the black there, so it's a little hard to see. But that's my only complaint, really. Herb garden. Medicinal. And they've got the numbers up there. Spell casting. I love that look of the moon there. Manifestation. High priestess. Conduit. I was hoping there'd be some males represented as well. I mean, I'm not all for one gender or the other. It's just sort of the idea of having that balance. And yeah, I mean, how do I put it? Over the centuries, women haven't been treated so great because of the toxic masculinity, but that's got nothing to do with the male gender per se, even though the males have had an easier time across the board, if you want to put it that way. But I have experienced toxic masculinity from female roles. So it's the same thing, whether it's divine femininity or divine masculinity, or whether it's the opposite, the toxic side of them. And any gender can display it. Okay, so enough of my rant. High priest, authority, familiar spirit. There's a cat there. Assistance, crystals, amplification. This was in the book. Hagstone, that's what they're called. I couldn't remember what it was called. Hagstone. Protection. Candle magic. Intention. sigil, symbols, crafter, creativity, not magic, binding. I just thought of Harry Potter and Snape, Severus, and who was he doing the bind with? Who was the woman? I think it was, no, I don't think it was Malfoy's mum. I think she was there, but anyway. Yeah, anyway. Forager, sorry, talking about Harry Potter. Self-reliance, maiden, mother and crone, innocence. Well, there you go. Yeah, right. Mother. Hopefully you can see these. Fulfillment, and she's pregnant, reminds me of the Empress card. And then, of course, we've got crone. Death, is it? Yep, death. Transformation, tower card. Death and tower. Elemental magic. Nature. The old ones. Oh, what does this say? Honoring. Sorry, it's just the red is just small and in not great lighting. I can't really see it properly. Weather magic. Wow. Manipulation. Yeah, manipulating the weather. Cures and remedies. Apothecary. Healing. Kitchen witchery. Recipes. Pentagram. Talisman. Where's the pentagram? Is he he's wearing it. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if I showed it properly. I don't know if it gets out of focus or not, if you guys can see it. Moon magic. I love this one. All the phases of the moon. Yep, phases. Scrying. Divination. Witches' runes. Foretelling. Witches' script. Secrets. Grimoire. Authenticity. Poppets. Sorcery. Moot. Gathering. Sabbats. Celebration. Coven. Dedication. Ritual magic. Initiation. I think it says initiation. Or is it intuition? No, initiation. Yeah, that makes more sense. And there's a scorpion on a leg. Casting a circle. Boundaries. Charms. Enchantment. Oh, wow. Witch hunts. Persecution. Witches of the craft. Proficiency. Horned god. Is that vitality? Or virility? Oh, I was going to say it reminds me of Serunos, if I'm saying that name right. Magical tools. Magnification. Magical clothing. Empowerment. Last but not least, sacred rites. Or sacred sites, well, rites. Sacred sites, intensification. Okay, so let's see how they shuffle. Really, really liking the gilding. I love when it's sort of like a nice surprise if I see there's gilding as well. Try it again. Didn't quite get it that way. That's better. Yeah, they seem to be pretty good at shuffling, so yeah. And they're not too wide for me, because sometimes when the decks are a bit wide, I mean, I still am stretching my fingers a bit because I've got small hands, but yeah, when the cards aren't really too wide, it makes it a bit easier. Give them a few shuffles and then we'll see what cards come through. Okay, one more, and then we'll go ahead. And like I said, if any do happen to sort of spin around, then I'll read the reverse, but otherwise I'll just read them upright. One more. I feel like I need to do one more. Okay. All right, so let's get going. What do we need to know from the Oracle of the Witch today? What do we need to know? What will help us? What guidance can we have today? Is that one? Horned God. See what else comes through. Because also, although it says virility, it's also giving me the creativity vibes as well, because that often goes hand in hand. Hecate or Hecate. Okay. Because the 5th house, for instance, is Leo themes in astrology. And Leo themes, besides children and creativity, it's also about love affairs. So it's sort of like they kind of, it's sort of like creating new things, whether it be creating children or creating a project or an item or a product or a service. Okay, is there any other cards before we get into the book? might just be reading these two. Okay. Okay, yeah. So what have we got? We've got Horned God, which is virility, I think. Well, actually, it'd probably show it easier in the book. 41 and 2. All right, well, 41 is 5, and 5 being freedom, and 2 is relationships. Wow, okay. Might be something with that too. Just sort of looking at the numerology. What are we up? We're 40, 41, was it? 37, 39, where are you? There we go. Horned God. How are we with? I might see if I can have a quick read of the whole lot to give you an idea of what's in the book, since we've only got the 2 cards. Hopefully it'll make it in time. Okay, Horned God, virility. I keep saying fertility. Anyway, virility and fertility. Maybe I'm thinking of that. Which, again, fertility in creative projects. All right, it says, feed and seed me, Lord of the land, with your tameless pleasures burning deep within me. Okay. I think I said that right. Okay, witchy guidance. Your love of nature and desire as a seeker to attract some male presence into your life has unknowingly summoned to you the horned god of virility and the essence of raw masculine sexuality you crave. Okay. His breath on your neck will send shivers down your spine, making your pulse race in a frenzied desire to become one with the wild essence of the Lord of the Woods. Again, this is giving me Cernunnos vibes. He knows your innermost sacred thoughts, your unspoken sexual desires. Again, I'm getting creativity as well. For they ooze from the very fibre of your being, awakening and unleashing orgasmic ecstasy from within. Okay. All right, well, I'll keep going. We witches of the Oracle are intimate with this ancient and primordial force, for he's the oldest of the shining ones and the firstborn of the goddess. He is the Lord of the Woods, the original primeval essence of masculinity, and the guardian of and protector of land, nature, and spirit. He will lead you into the wild woods to discover your own path of animal magnetism and potency, which are unique to you and you only. Horned and horny, he will reveal your innermost desires, the lusts and fantasies you dare not admit to the world for fear of ridicule and rejection. Fear not, for he will keep you firmly rooted in your sexual orientations, as he embraces everyone who seeks him, no matter their sexual preference, and encourages you to explore the hidden nature found within your wild spaces. The horned god loves none of his masculinity. Oh, sorry. That says the horned god loses none of his masculinity by revealing his sensitive side to others in his wild, unpredictable way of loving, and never shies away from bravery, determination, and heroics. Okay, whether you are a witch or a warlock, the horned god will assist you to tap into your masculine side. Here we go. This is what I was saying earlier. Tap into your masculine side without fear or retribution from others. His horns of power will protect you from the inauthenticity of others, thus allowing you to unleash the mystery, magic, and power of Sorry, again, I haven't been showing it. Sorry. Mystery, magic, and power of your inner wildness with regard to the sacred patriarchal divine. You are under the horned god's protection, and he rides with you through any personal dark forest to reveal the shining sunlight on the other side. Okay, and so we're just reading light side unveiled because nothing flew around reversed. A situation calls you to be strong and willful. A soft approach won't cut it. It's a fertile time for you. That's what I was talking about, creativity. And phallic symbols point towards sexual union. It is time to be free, wild, and promiscuous. Incantation to the horned god. Man up, be strong, and do the deed. So deep his natural virile seed. Sacred union, sexual right. What's that? Oh, I think it says horny. For tonight's the night. Horned god magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. Okay, so then we move on to Hecate, who is a strong feminine presence. See, we've got the strong masculine, then we've got the strong feminine. So without realising I sort of was blabbing on for a reason, I guess. Sort of came through. So Hecate, or Hecate, says, awakened, you have retrieved the key that will open the gate to your destiny. Burn brightly. Okay, witchy guidance. As Hecate walks between the worlds, bridging the gap between the living and the dead, she encourages the ethereal whispers, fleeting dark shadows, and ghostly presence in the dead of night that you have witnessed of late. Her wish is for your belief in the afterlife, and she invites you to journey with her to the underworld. If you feel drawn to or seem to have a natural ability to connect with the spirit world and those who have passed over into her realm, it's she who has bestowed upon you the gift of communing with spirit, and she encourages you to honour those who walked before you. This goddess of witchcraft is queen over the spirits of the dead, and her powers extend up to the heavens and preside over the earth. Hecate exists betwixt and between life and death. She moves swiftly through the night and dwells in the shadows, and she lights the way with the flaming torches through the darkness as you walk with her between the worlds. She was present at your birth, and hang on, I'll put it there because I think you guys can't see a thing. But I can't read through the phone though. Where were we up to? Between the worlds. She was present at your birth and will return to accompany your departing spirit when the time comes. But for now, a fascination for the afterlife and communication beyond the grave has invited you into the underworld to work a little necromancy magic. Not for the faint or fearful-hearted. The dark art of raising the dead has been used by witches as a deviant way to gain insights from the underworld, whether to predict the future, gain concealed knowledge taken to the grave, or bring someone back from the dead in order to learn their secrets. Macabre tales tell of necromancers wearing the clothing of the deceased or eating a corpse at an old ruin to truly connect and bring in spirit into the world of the living. Manipulating life and death is a form of black magic. So if you feel that Hecate or Hecate is calling you to dabble in this dark art, do so carefully and wisely as you meet her at the crossroads, for it is ever-changing and the outcome is eternal. Light side unveiled. You are at a crossroads, so choose your path wisely. The private hell you've emerged from is Hecate's gift of death and rebirth. Use your skill proficiently and a perfect balance of light and dark. Incantation to Hecate. Hecate, goddess and underworld queen, crossroads reveal the seen and unseen. Embraced within darkness, bark at the moon, invoking the spirits who wish to commune. Hecate magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. Okay, well that's interesting, isn't it? So we've got the divine masculine, and I just kept coming back to creativity and bringing things forth. And see, even though it sort of said it sounded a bit on the dark side of things, it's not necessarily, because I often use significators in tarot to communicate with past loved ones. It's not necessarily like it seemed, how do I put it? It seemed to someone in general, it might seem like it's quite a dark approach, I suppose, in that way. But like it said, if you're going to dabble in really dark things, then be very wary of what you're doing. However, like I said, I use the tarot and my pendulums to communicate with past loved ones, and it can be very how's the word for it, empowering, but also it's really calming and gentle. It's because I use the decks from Radley Valentine. This is one of the ones I use with a whole bunch of different people that have got significators from, and so it doesn't have to be scary and dark. And yeah, I've had them. You know, I've had a conversation, I guess you could call it a conversation through the cards with them, if that makes sense. Because they've got things they want to bring forth and things I need to be aware of that maybe I don't know about, you know, that I don't know I need to be aware of. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I really like this. It doesn't frighten me, that sort of darkness. I mean, I'm not a practicing witch, but I guess in that sense you could call me a dabbler. But yeah, this sort of doesn't sort of worry me. There's sort of little bit of the darkness there. Yeah, because I'm just seeing the lighter side of it, that it's just, I'm just so grateful that I'm able to communicate with past loved ones through the tarot. It's just really, it really is meaningful every time I get pulled to communicate with them. And some of them, a few of them want to communicate at the same time to bring different parts of the message together from each of them. It's really, it's quite a really uplifting experience. It really is. And it shouldn't be feared. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I'm making any sense or if I'm explaining myself well enough, but yeah, I like this. I like this deck, and I wasn't expecting it to be sort of airy, fairy, flowery. Yeah, so anyway, I really like this deck. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, and what you might have got from these two cards. But yeah, I was thinking creativity, bringing the divine masculine energy to take action, to connect with past loved ones, because whoever's out there listening, if you've watched from up until now, there's probably past loved ones that want to connect with you, that want to bring messages and help you out. It doesn't have to be a frightening thing at all. And if there is any fear, then that's not your past loved ones. So just know that it's always going to be with love, gentleness, and yeah, it's only ever going to be with love and uplifting vibes. As long as you've got that, open up and connect with them, because they're waiting to connect with you. And once you do open the floodgates, so to speak, you'll be amazed at how many other loved ones you might not have thought of that want to talk with you as well, like people from past co-workers or, school friends. It's just amazing, the different people that come through once you open that avenue. Anyway, I think I've gone on enough. Let me know what you guys think of this deck, but yeah, I really like it, and I love the gilding. Yeah. Okay, so with that, I wish you all the best. Until next time, bye for now.